Ladies and gentlemen, how are we all going? I thought I would change it up a little bit today. Sending you my love, Erica, from all the way from here, freezing Australia, to America, and Kelly, my soul sister, sending you love just across the way to New Zealand. So if I'm not making sense, it is that cold. My jaw isn't even moving, and you know, today I wanted to just change it up. I was doing a little bit of exercise here in the park, and I want to talk about what's love got to do with it. And as people know, we always go through different challenges in life. You probably like this, Erica, as well. My USA Olympic team was gifted to me from one of the Olympic athletes when I was doing a lot of mindset with them over when I was living in the States as well. So, you know, everyone goes through battles, everyone goes through challenges. I know ever since the retreat, it's like, you know, we've had such a amazing breakthrough, but then the first day after the retreat, it just seemed like there was a challenge. There was a challenge that the darkness wanted to creep in. And why I say there was a challenge, because ever since, you know, when we had the celebration day, it seemed like something was going wrong. There was something, you know, just kept going on and on and on and on. But what I really respect in myself and what I respect in everyone else's self, that in life you're always going to get challenges. There's always going to be walls, there's always going to be obstacles, there's always going to be something that's going to be coming up to hold you down. And it shows real character and it shows real leadership when you become adaptable, yeah? And I know that, you know, when they say about complaining, or when you're focusing on stuff that doesn't care about you, you begin to not care about yourself. So what I want to say in today's message, what has love got to do with it? And you know that song, what has love got to do? So obviously that was the theme of today. And what I want to say is that in life, you're always going to have ups and downs. You're always going to have challenges. And it really shows a person's determination, their will, and their character, how they get through and when they do get through. And you know what? I just really want to send out a lot of love to you all, that every day you're showing up, you're pushing through, you're wanting to grow, be the best version of yourselves, and however you're contributing. Oh, Mr. David Tung, how are you, brother? If you're around these next couple of days in Melbourne, let's catch up, because I was quite busy when you did message me. So what I want to share with everyone today, it doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter, you know, how low or how high, or, you know, up and down, black or white, true or false you're living at the moment. Remember that everything is a choice, yeah? And your choice is there to be able to set you on a path of light or a path of darkness. And as you can see, there's so much nature going around today in the park. It's absolutely beautiful. And I'm at the Fork in the Park here in Melbourne. If you can see, there's ovals upon ovals, so it's absolutely, yeah, it's really beautiful. So what I want to really go deep with today is understanding that it really needs to begin from an aspect of love for yourself, yeah? And what that means is, once people look without themselves. Andrew Stone, good to have you on, buddy. People look from without themselves, and what happens is you need to be able to love yourself enough to heal yourself from the inside out. When you're focusing on, you know, external, I call them objections of self-love, you really forget where the happiness starts and where it ends. Because it doesn't matter what you've got around you, if you're not happy with inside, you don't see the magic, you don't experience that. So what I discovered was that, obviously, I look after, hey Jody, how are you, my New Jersey sister? You know, I look after hundreds of clients, I look after a lot of people. And if I'm not looking after number one, if I'm not loving myself, if I'm not moving forward, if I'm not doing the things I need to do, then you know, you can't steer the ship into greatness. The kingdom or the foundation will end up crumbling. And you know, a lot of people say, look, Lee, I don't know what to do in my life. I feel lost. You know, my partner's not supporting me, or, you know what, I've tried this, I've tried that, and I don't really know what to do and how to get there. What I want to say is that even the thought of you wanting to improve your life, you're moving forward, you're already on the right path, you're already on the right track. The thing is that you don't want to get caught up with. You do not want to get caught up with wanting to move mountains, like lose 20 kilos in one day, you know, make $1 million in one day, you know, have 500 clients in one day. You need to give yourself that time and respect to say, okay, I'm gonna put that time in. I want to be able to, be able to move forward. I want to be able to grow. I want to be able to put that right energy into the right places, because the thought of just wanting to improve, you've set that positive dominoes effect towards where you want to go. And what I say to you people is, what you put in is what you're going to get out. Don't say I'm lost, because you'll be lost. Don't say you're overweight, because you'll be overweight. Don't say that you're broke, because you will live that identity. So you want to start talking about all the identities. Is what is my end goal? Concentrate, focus on your end goal, then work backwards. Be that end goal today. Don't, oh geez, I've got a foundation I need to go, geez, I'll have to climb the ladder. No, be your end goal today. So what that means is, and I'm going to give you some example of myself as well. So that means is, when you're talking about your end goal as well, it means that self-love. I needed to remember to love myself firstly, so then I deserve to want to better myself, to want to, to want to be able to grow, to want to be able to function as that leader. And I've been reading the book, The Servant's Heart. If you ever get a chance to, not ever get a chance, make a chance to read that book, A Servant's Heart. It really talks to you about adaptability. It talks to you about understanding a script, like a mental script, and that in a leader, you're like you build up a skin, like a shield. And once you go through different formations, once you go through different situations in life, what you're going to do is you're going to shed that skin and then move on to something else. And that's where I was going wrong. I was staying with the same armor on, I was staying with the same mental script, and I was staying with the same skin, but wanting to move somewhere else. And because I had that stale energy, because I had that, so to speak, I didn't have the correct armor on to move forward, I was finding I was getting resistance, and I was stuck into the old me. And what I realized is that to be a great leader, you need adaptability. You need to be able to adapt to different situations, because if I've got my old thought pattern of me wanting to be a certain person with me wanting to adapt to a different situation, but with the same mental script and the same foundation, that's why I wasn't moving anywhere, because I was in that old mind frame. I was in that old stale energy. And like I said, with a leader, you become adaptable. So with that situation is, I shed my old skin over the weekend. I've got my new mental script, and now I'm being able to move forward and using that self-love. And it's really, really been able to take me to a different evolution, so to speak. Hey Alana and everyone else, how are we all going? I'm just rolling with this because for one thing, it is quite cold, and I'm at Falconer Park here in beautiful Melbourne, in one of the footy ovals. And what I want to teach everybody today, that when I say what has love got to do with it, it's got everything to do with it, because around where we let's say around us, yeah, there is also a lot of understanding of people in pain. We know that, yeah? We know that people, why are they going to want to help us if they don't want to help themselves? Why are they going to want to let you in and give you a car spot if they're angry? Why are they going to open the door for you if they're struggling in something in their mindset? Why are they going to say hello to you if they wouldn't want to say hello to themselves? Why are they going to be comfortable with another person if they're not comfortable with their own selves in the mirror? You know what I'm saying? So what I would say to you is, don't lose hope on others. Others. I don't know what word that was. It sounded a little bit from New York. Hey, Jody. Jody's from she's from New Jersey, but originally from New York, and I love that Italian American accent. It's cool. And hey, Chris, good to have you on as well, brother. And what I want to say is, people, that don't expect too much from others, but don't put others down at the same time. And what that means is, look, there's a lot of people that are struggling. There's a lot of people that are going through their own battle. There's a lot of people that, they're dealing with their own things. But what the best way for us to be leaders creating leaders to lead others, is to empower and inspire people and get them to be able to move through their journey on their own way. Fido, how are you, my sister? How are you doing? And what I've really been discovering is that life will throw you challenges to realign you, to get you back on the right path or not. Yeah, so if you know, if you're basically just cruising through life, you actually aren't learning too much, yeah? And I know that I've said this to a few people, but they go, Lee, why would you want to do it the hard way? And it's not doing it the hard way. It's all it is a choice. So it is that cold. My jaw isn't functioning. Ante, brother, good to have you on. I've been loving watching your journey as well. So you really want to understand as well. Okay, in every aspect of life, we can make it as big or as small as we choose in our mind. And one thing that I've been finding that's been giving me a lot of peace is focusing on my energy directed on one task, completing that, and then basically just becoming intense and just completely focused on that. And once I get that, then I move on to something else. Because what I was finding was that I was putting 10% of my energy and my thought and my love into about 50 other different tasks. I was becoming a jack of all trades and a master of none. And that wasn't working great when obviously, you know, you're portraying yourself as a leader, because a leader needs, like I said, needs to become adaptable. So what I was able to do over the weekend, I put a lot of time down, put my head down, bum up, and I was creating mental scripts and identities that I needed to be with each of my client. Because what I was finding was my old thought patterns, my old stale energy, was getting affected by, I was allowing it to get affected by certain other energies or people or situations. But then in life, I needed to obviously get rid of my skin. I needed to shed that old skin. I needed to be that power. And so what I was realizing, and this is, hopefully this makes sense, that we get caught up doing meaningless activity. Yeah, so we kept just coaching call, meeting, putting a post up, going to the gym, you know, having a phone call, doing all the stuff that's out in the outer world, yeah? But what I was realizing that the universe was saying, Lee, I need you to go within. I need you to open up your heart center more. I need you to create more of a mental script. I need you to get out of that old energy. I need you to develop yourself. I need you to become knowledge, basically a sponge to knowledge. So, and it made sense, because if we're not stopping, and don't get me wrong, I'm doing a lot of inner work, I'm doing a lot of meditation, I do my success priming, but obviously what was happening, there was a bit of resistance, and the universe was telling me that's not enough. And I really bless, you know, that lesson, because you know, it's like, Lee, hey big fella, you want to practice what you preach? And it really came. Sorry, someone just called me. And as you can see, my body got really run down because I was just doing a lot of meaningless tasks. And what that happens is, and if you guys can relate to this, have you ever done a lot of activity but got no result? Have you ever put a lot of time and energy into something and it's just not working? Have you ever put a lot of time and energy into another person and the relationship doesn't seem to be working? Or have you been involved in a team, or are you a coach, are you a CEO, and you feel like you just aren't getting the results? So that's basically where I was at. Don't get me wrong, you know, we were getting results, people, but I'm not here to give you good results or great results. I'm here to give you exceptional results and keep the momentum going. So obviously to have that and to be able to create that, I needed to have a look back, you know. And I know after the retreat in Bali, it was so many breakthroughs, so much light was shining through these amazing souls. But I truly believe, you know, the more light you put out, the more darkness comes to you. And what that means is, it needs to have that understanding for that when certain things come into a perspective, or when certain things come into your life, that when you're focusing on, I find the more good you do, the more bad comes to you as a challenge, yeah? And you can either knock you down to your feet, or you can keep fighting through. And that's really what I really find, is that the more that you give light, like I'm standing in the sun right now, the more that you give light, the more darkness will come and challenge you. You know, call that, oh, that's just bullshit. But I really believe that there are two forces working, that the more you give light to people, the more you give love, that you are going to find out that you are going to get rocked, either by the goodness saying, hey, Do you truly believe that you can do good? Or there's other dark forces saying, hey, hold on a second. If you're going to put that out, we're going to see how you're going to last. We're going to see how strong you are. You know, whatever what you believe in, or whatever game you want to play with yourself. And I truly find that, yeah? So where I want this message to really sink into is understanding that it's got nothing to do with motivation. Motivation is when you need to get up off the couch because you've been sitting there, or motivation is when you want to go to the toilet. I'm talking about deep heart-centered love and heart-centered awareness. And what this understands, what this understands for myself, and why I mean with that language, why I use that, what this understands, it's my heart understands, and me as a person, I'm beginning to understand that you really need to pull back, have a day or so completely off doing activity, and you need to realign your mind, your body, your soul. You need to realign what you're doing, because it can become mindless activity that we start to create haves and wants, instead of creating exceptional moments and experiences that give us fulfillment, yeah? Because every day we get up, and unfortunately, we are habitual creatures. So what this means is, we get up to do things, we're in a routine. Yes, once we get that into a routine, we don't have to use as much energy, we don't have to use as much thought. But if we're doing these habits anywhere, that isn't above close to 80% of our potential, then we're basically generating these bad habits, this bad energy, and this identity that doesn't serve us at all. Yeah, and what's everyone saying? That makes real sense. Challenges and lessons, but it's a test. But really, it's a test. Exactly, it's really a test to see, okay, what are you willing to do? How are you going to grow from this? And that's what I see. I see a lot of things. Is yes, we are humans. Yes, there is a lot of external influences that challenge us, that are always going to want to knock us down, that are always going to say, hey, and I do really believe that more of a light worker, the more of you step into your light, the more darkness is going to challenge you. And I truly believe that, yeah? Because I know the more I step into my power, the more I give to others. It's just like we have these huge breakthroughs, and then this dark, heavy cloud comes over, starts to shake you and say, hey, where you're at, do you really want to help people? Or why don't you do it the easy way? Why don't you just go into darkness like the majority of the world? I went, not me, sorry, I'm going to push back. And I've been put on this planet for a higher purpose. I've been put on this planet for a much bigger reason for just being, sitting here doing live streams and running retreats and being a coach. I'm put on this planet to change and empower, motivate and inspire, whatever word you want to use, millions and millions of lives, and that's basically, and I truly believe that. I was going for my walk today, and it's a beautiful park around here. It's huge. It goes all the way back there, and I live where, if you can see, it's my building up there, and I was saying to myself that what happens is we just look from here, yeah? So we basically, that's where I was looking. Instead of going to, why am I doing where I'm going? So I'm not just doing this, I was just getting caught up with doing daily activity, with forgetting to look at my forecast. Okay, why do I do what I do? Why do I get up? Why am I living the way I'm living? Why am I doing this course? Why am I reading the books? Why am I doing live streams? Why have I created all these services? And then it hit me. It hit me like, I don't know, it hit me like a friggin' atomic bomb. And I remember, and I just burst out in tears. And my main goal, and all these sub-goals, is to have that outstretched reach to be able to improve the lives of millions, yeah? My main goal is to get up on stages, go around the world, have auditoriums or have stadiums full of 5,000 people where you're rocking out, how I do the success programming, rocking out guided meditation, rocking out, subconscious reprogramming, changing thousands of people's lives in one sitting. And I'm like, okay, cool. If I have to do that, obviously I have to get my name out. I have to keep getting better. I have to improve the lives, yeah? Because in our game, it's basically, it's word of mouth, improving people's lives and then moving on. And then people say, geez, so-and-so, you know, you're happy, you're this, you're that. How did you get like that? Go and speak to Lee Bundy, this and that. Check out the video, go and see this, blah, blah, blah. And that's basically how people get their message out. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that are doing it out there and they're just doing it to become famous or to make money, and that doesn't motivate me in one little way. Because if you know me, I give a lot of my time, I give a lot of me, I give a lot of you know, my energy now for free, because that's what it's about, being able to Chris goes, you'll be a global brother, it's a done deal. Thank you, bro. And I want you to be able to be there to join me, send that out to the universe, and that's it. And that's what I've been doing. And what I find is, when there's resistance out here, there's resistance within me. And what I was doing was, instead of stopping the resistance without, I needed to just stop. Okay, cool. So it's like basically driving a car with tires that aren't aligned, yeah, with flat tires, and I'm driving. No, I need to get there. But because my tires were flat and they weren't aligned, because I didn't stop to realign myself, I was moving, but nowhere near at the rate I should be, and the ride was very bumpy. My vehicle was getting burnt out. My vehicle was crashing into other vehicles, and you know, it wasn't that efficient machine. So here I am putting in the coordinates, and because the vehicle isn't running, it's like a car. You're not aligning the tires. I didn't pump the tires up. I didn't align the tires. But now over the weekend, I had that time to stop, tune up the engine, put the coordinates in, pump the tires up, align the tires. And now, boom, now it's game time. Now the vehicle is ready to rock and roll. And, you know, my energy feels so much more aligned, feels so much stronger. You know, you just get up and you look different. My body's starting to heal itself already. What's everyone saying? You're a gift, you gift a hell of life. Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. It's not about the money. It's about the lives you affect in a positive way. Of course. And that's exactly right. You know, if it's about the money, people that, let's be honest, people that do real estate, people that do other businesses, people that, you know, what's the love in real estate? You're not really changing people's lives. You're selling houses, yeah? Yes, it can be an interest, but really it's just there for the money. And all these other businesses, people do that to make the money. I'm in the game of changing people's lives. I'm in the game of empowering people, and more importantly, saving lives. Because, you know, every couple of days I'll get a message. Thank you, your video. You don't know how much it's impacted me. Thank you. You know, and you know, I won't get into too much detail, but some of the messages you get, you're just like, fuck. There are so many people out there in pain. And if I didn't do that video, or if this person didn't, you know, share this and didn't go on there, if I didn't do that post, you just don't know whose life you're really saving. So, you know what I say, people? Put out that energy every day. Send that love out. Be that ripple effect. Because the one thing that you did, you know, we don't need to be, and this is a really big misconception. A lot of people believe and they feel that, oh, look, I didn't get that many likes, I haven't got that many followers, oh, I've only got that many views. That's not a gauge of success. A gauge of success, even if there was not one person on this live stream, it is, I feel successful that I am showing the world and showing myself and declaring to myself, teaching myself through this interaction called a live stream. Even if there was no one on it, even if later on during the week it doesn't get, you know, my videos go into the thousands. That doesn't matter, because what it is, it's me being inspired by me. It's me being inspired by, that's the reason why I do these videos, because I don't have any, as you can see, I don't have any notes. Do you know what I mean? I don't have any notes. It's coming from my heart. And the more that I show up coming from my heart, the more I become that person. So it's simple. You practice every day and you be every day the person that you want to be. And if this value, obviously there's an exchange, because I'm giving you my time and energy. I'm giving you this energy exchange, and I really appreciate everyone's messages. I appreciate everyone's love. That's basically what it's about. And if you guys are giving me that love, it's an energy exchange. We're being better people as you go. So it's basically like a dance. And at the retreats we do the tango. And the tango is the man leads the woman, he doesn't push her. Yeah, and that's a simple thing in a relationship, you know, and in life, we lead with energy. The lady will follow, the lady will move with the man if she wants to. The man doesn't push the lady, he leads with her with his heart center of awareness. He moves the lady through his energy, and it's basically like he will move, she'll accept, and then he'll move with her. And it's very important. If anyone's done the tango, and that's life, even when you're leading another human being, you lead with energy, you lead with empowerment, and you lead with inspiration. And the other human will come with you, you will lead, you'll go, or they won't, or there will be a resistance. And that is simply how us humans, how we function. You know, that we see someone with that right energy, we see someone that you connect with the values. They've been on that path. You either stay there or you take the next step with them, yeah? And you dance with them towards your goal. And that can be man on man, woman on woman. It's not a gay thing at all. It's just energy within humans, yeah? So that's what I want you to understand, people, that if you're finding any resistance, the tango was amazing. Oh, that's right, I forgot that you did that, Chris. That in life, if you're finding resistance in yourself, if you're finding that your energy's low, if you're finding that obviously, you know, things aren't working or feeling right, the universe and your intuition is telling you, hey, you know what, we need to realign. We need to look at something differently, because it's simply that you need to either realign your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, to take the right action, and then the right action is going to be able to move you forward. And that's a simple thing, because don't push through, oh, I'm just having a bad day, I'll push through this. No, you really need to look what's causing it. What's the root cause that is causing that? Okay, bang, why am I having arguments in my relationship? Stop back and really go deep. Why do I find like I'm putting a lot of activity or putting a lot of energy in these activities and I'm not getting anywhere? And what people do, they just keep pushing, and they don't get anywhere. They feel like because they put a Facebook post up, that's going to change something, or that's going to do something. That's called meaningless and mindless activity. You're just putting activity out there and energy out there, and the universe and yourself, you're not going to be rewarding yourself, because that isn't aligned. Like, I really call it aligned activity. Aligned activity is efficient activity that you put a little bit of effort and you get a massive result, because you're really aligning for what the whole purpose is, yeah? So if you see athletes that train because they train, they're very versed, they're fit, they put a little bit of effort in when they go there. How you Solana get Tamaroccan, that's so true. Tama, let's tango. Awesome. And you know, and really you see people that are aligned, they're trained, they're versed. When they go to do the activity, they make it look good because they have done the work before. They're aligned in so many ways, and that's what you see in life, yeah? Unfortunately, humans walking around, they're so unaligned with themselves, with their career, with their relationship, with most aspects of life, and that's why they're walking around angry. That's why they're tired. That's why they're, you know, aggressive. That's why they're forceful. And it's quite sad that you see people like that, because they're in a job that they're not aligned with. They're only making money. They're in a relationship that there's resistance, and they're only staying in it because they think like they're going to be, maybe it's a financial commitment, or they're lonely. Oh geez, if I leave this partner, I'll never get someone else. Or they're in a working environment which they're unaligned with, and there's people that constantly challenge them, so on and so forth. But you do not need to stay there forever. It's a choice. And your choice is, do I want to keep living this average existence that challenges me every day? Or do I want to live an empowered, inspired existence that brings me into my power every day and beyond? Because guess what? People say I'm doing your best. I'm doing my best. How do you know what your best is? Your best is never your best, because you never stop. You keep going. You know, people go, I'm doing my best. I'm like, hold on a minute. Do you even have the result? Do you even know when you'll have the result? So how can you say that you're doing your best? That's basically a cop-out, and that's really just you keeping in your comfort zone, people. So where this new transformation is going to start, and where this new enlightenment and empowerment is going to start, with you loving yourself unconditionally. With you loving yourself unconditionally. And remember, if your outer world, if you've got resistance, you need to stop doing what you're doing, and you need to go. And even if even if you have to take a week off by doing stuff and completely lock yourself away until you get yourself happy within. Because if you're not happy within, you'll never be happy without. Yeah? And what that means is that everything that you see and everything that you experience in your life is coming from your inner world. If your inner world isn't what it needs to be, if your inner world haven't got the knowledge, or you don't know where you're going, or you don't know what you're doing, then you need to stop doing any activity or all activity on the outer world. Stop, realign, and then trust me, people, you'll save yourself a lot of time, you'll save yourself a lot of heartache, and you'll save yourself a lot of fucking pain. Chris goes, we only operate at 90%, we can always improve. That's exactly right. So that's what I say, people. Let's not keep doing the mindless activity that is burning us out, that is making us feel like rubbish, that we're putting time, effort, money, love, energy into things and we're not getting anywhere. So we really need to make the time out, and as I always say, be selfish to be self-empowered. The selfish is not a bad word. You need to stop and getting caught out, because the world is designed to occupy you, and the world is designed to take your attention away from what's truly important to you. And what's truly important to you is what fills you up, what makes you into a better man, what makes you into a better woman. And you need to sit there, you need to do homework, you need to break down, put that time and energy into all your life categories. It's great if you've got a coach. That's why I'm so excited about obviously we've got the retreat, which is almost, that's really in the last couple of days, we've got about 4 people there. So we've got 8 more positions, and that's on the 7th to the 12th. And as everyone's been to the retreats, how amazing they are. 6 days, there's no running, there's no hiding. You've got me and my team in there changing your lives for you. But the other thing that I'm really excited about, people, as well, and that's where this came about with me, with my rediscovering, is when I came back and I basically, I wanted to bring in what we're doing into Melbourne and the shores, and that's where we came up with the workshop, which is going to be on the 22nd of July. And that's going to be 2 days of intenseness, of really for getting people to understand that, geez, what have I been missing out on? What have I been? I'm going to really be teaching people a lot of stuff which they can go back home and they can, they'll have their tool belt on. There's a lot of people that obviously can't get to Bali for certain reasons. And yes, it is a big commitment to obviously go overseas and so on and so forth. So in 2 days, I want to really awaken people to, in 2 days, by doing the stuff that I can teach you, you can transform your life in the matter of 2 days over a weekend. Yeah? And then doing it every day, learning, being in the right environment, practicing the tools, practicing being who you want to be, forecasting, see where you're going, work backwards. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. Yeah? You're really going to get an aspect and a good understanding of my capabilities. Or not. It's really, like I said, it's not for everyone, but most people that I've worked with have got massive breakthroughs. And obviously, again, we're going to bring it to Melbourne. So I know that Melbourne's in great need of these services. The world is, and I'm just really excited about it, people. So just a quick wrap up from today. That you need to understand that don't just get caught up with going to a job. Don't just get caught up in a relationship. Don't get caught up with going to the gym. Don't get caught up with making money. Don't get caught up with just dieting. You want to break it down and go deep. Why am I doing everything? Is it making me feel the way I desire? The way I feel desire, is it giving me belief to take the correct action so I can get my desired outcomes? Am I feeling fulfilled? No. Okay, let's go deeper. What would make me fulfilled? What would make me into a better person? So on and so forth. And I always say, I want to create a moment and experience. I don't want to just do the activity. What is the moment and experience that I'm going to connect with that is going to bring me into a better state of empowerment, a better state of understanding Feeder goes, got to be there to believe in. Chris goes, yes. Yeah, and that's so true, guys. You know, like we don't create, oh, come to our services. I say to people, it's not for everybody, and we don't want everybody. We only want the people that are willing to put in, the people that wanting to be a part of what we're doing and really want to go on and start taking their life and improving themselves, because when you improve yourself and you stay in your energy, and as I said yesterday as well, your energy introduces yourself before you even do. And when you're in your best energy and when you're in your highest power, you are going to improve other people's lives. You're going to empower other people without even trying, you know, without even thinking about it. Let's not use the word trying. You are going to be, you're just going to be a beacon of light. And just because the way you are and who you are going to be able to go into, and that's how you start the ripple effect, because you're choosing to stand in that power. Once you stand in that power, it's game time, people. Yeah. So really take some time out today to go deep in all your life categories. Really take some time out today to break down all your activities, break down all the situations, you know, have your health, your wealth, your contribution, family legacy, self-relationship, passion and enjoyment, spiritual awakening and power, if there's any more as well, and really start going over, okay, what does it look like? Is it making me feel fulfilled as a man? Is it making me fulfilled as a woman? No, what would it be? Because I always go to my end goal. That's why I'm doing that. Then you work backwards. But these last couple of weeks, I've been just looking at now, and then tomorrow, and then next week. And what happens is, it's basically you're walking through the dark. And when you walk through dark, what happens? Are you confident? No. Would you run through the dark? No. Is there hope? Can you visualize when you go into a dark room? No. But if you know where you're going, if you're shining the torch to where you're going, and you can see that end goal, there's hope, there's inspiration. Do you know what I'm saying? There's empowerment. Okay, that's where I'm going. I can see that. At least if you can see where you're going, you don't need to be sprinting towards that, because if you're not knowing where you're going and you're in the dark, you're not going to be moving. Some people, because they're in the dark, don't even move at all. They just stay there. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing this. Or, oh look, I better get up and function. I better do something. And then it's just one step after another. But if you truly don't know where you're going, if you truly don't know why you're going there, you're basically getting up, doing activity, nowhere near your potential, and it's giving you a return of no fulfillment. And as Tony Robbins always say, success and life without fulfillment is the greatest failure. And it's the same. Why am I in this relationship? Yeah. Some people even forget it's a relationship. They just coexist. Yeah. It's the same with, why am I in this job? Why am I doing this? Why am I living here? If it's not making you feel the right way, there's a reason why you're feeling like that. Don't smother the feelings. Embrace them. That is a gift, people. That your intuition and your feelings, the way you feel about someone, if you go into next to someone, your energy will either increase or decrease, and that is because we are intuitive beings. And unfortunately in our lives, we have been told to smother these. We've been told to forget about the way we're supposed to be feeling. So be very conscious of how you feel or how you don't feel around certain people, in certain situations, and in certain environments. And remember, what has love got to do with it? Love has got everything to do with it, because once you truly step in that love is the most powerful energy, and it will set you free. It will move you forward, keep you motivated, and you're going to be on the right path to your life and to a greater existence, and more importantly, improving people's lives as you improve yours. So people, if you're in Melbourne or if you're in Australia and you want to get over to the workshop, it's going to be a limited seating of 50 seats, which I think we've already got 10 sold out, which is fantastic. I'm going to be confirming today the venue, and obviously the ticket prices as well. We'll be putting all that up. People have been inboxing me, so we've been letting all that know. Been crunching the numbers. I'm very particular with the places that I have. Obviously, you know, if it's not in Bali as well, we have to make sure that the energy is going to be right, their environment, because it's not me just standing up on a stage talking. It's very interactive, and the energy needs to be, we need to have that proper feng shui. So that's going to be on the 22nd to the 23rd of July. If you guys want to have the ultimate experience and the ultimate breakthrough and take your life to the next level, the retreat is on the 7th of August to the 12th. Then anyone that wants to, obviously, they get on the True Authentic Reality, and you get to have some advanced teachings like this every Tuesday and every Thursday in our beautiful True Authentic Reality team, and that's most of the people that are on here are part of that. And then a lot of people ask me about private coaching. We'll have to have a call. We have to go for a private screening with that, because that takes things to another level. So have an awesome day. Chris goes, do you need helpers in Melbourne, bro? Yeah, it would be great. It would be great to have you along there. Even be able to share your story, Chris, as well, where you're at, where you're going, you know, part of the family. Yeah, it would be absolutely amazing. Send me an inbox, bro. That's a really good idea. I really feel that. Thank you. So as I say, people, you could be anywhere in the world right now today, and you are here with me, Lee Bundy, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International, the messenger of strength and the truth. And isn't it funny that I'm doing this, and there's obviously people that have been stopping they're watching me do a video, but I'm like, I am doing a video, people, and do you know what I mean? It's like I've got two heads, or I'm an alien or something, because they're just like, how can he be doing that? Oh, what an idiot. And the rest of it, but that's people's mentality, isn't it? So have an awesome day, and that's what we're about. Like, if you really want to go deeper, ask more questions about anything at all, you know, and just you know, you might be struggling with some stuff, you might feel a bit lost, you might look, you know, you might want the next break, or your relationship or self-relationship or whatever it might be. Send me an inbox. I'm happy to, you know, run over things with people, see where you're at, and see all the advice I can give you. But I truly really always stress this out to people, that you need to be put in an accountability program, because one call, one live stream, you know, one whatever is not going to keep you safe. It might make you feel good for a few hours, for a few days, but once you get back into your old environment, you need to be put in accountability. So you're stepping into that power, you're becoming that identity, and then eventually, because the more you step in that power, the more you step into that energy, you become that, and then you don't need to look for your desired outcomes, because you become that. Yep. Awesome, guys. Have an awesome day. Like I said, any questions, any queries, send me an inbox. Send this out to anyone today that you found that they need to awaken their heart-centered awareness, or they need to step in their power, and more importantly, find and rediscover themselves, and remember how able you've always been. Take care.